Essex County College held a historic conference entitled State of Black Writers on October 16, 2009. The conference attracted the likes of Sylvani Diouf, Bernard Marsh, and the influential Amiri Baraka. Amiri Baraka is an author, poet, and founder of the Black arts movement in Harlem that was the blueprint for American theater. Here's what attendees and organizers of the conference had to say.
Well, Amiri Baraka is really, he's our inspiration. We all look to Amiri Baraka because Amiri Baraka, whether you agree with his politics or not, you have to admire the man for his commitment to his people and his commitment to his craft. And it is because of people like Amiri Baraka that we get inspiration. In fact, Amiri Baraka, even though his book and his work is not related to Islam, he was still an inspiration to me.
You know, I think if we look back at Amiri Baraka, when I was an undergraduate over 20 years ago, Amiri Baraka really inspired me to think about writing and writing poetry. He inspired me to think broadly about the subjects concerning people of African descent, and he's done that for generations of folks because he writes so much. His literature covers poetry, prose, social criticism, and plays, and so therefore he's been an inspiration for me and people for generations since the 60s to understand what it means to write and how to write.
I was fortunate when I was a student here at Essex County College a couple of years ago. I met Amiri Baraka here in person. He was able to sign a paper for me, and that was very transformational for me. And also, I did a Black Writers class, English 105, and I did a project on Amiri Baraka, his interesting poem, after 9/11, Who Blew Up America. And I tried to take the perspective of where I tried to demystify the myth concerning him and what he had to say in that poem. And from since that, I become a follower of him. I think he's very inspirational. A few nights ago, I saw him performing at a club right across the street at Skippers, celebrating his 75th birthday. For him, I think he represents a losing generation of African-American writers. So therefore, he's very inspirational to me and hopefully a lot of people.
The conference featured many other accomplished writers and journalists. Sylvani Diouf talks about her latest book.
My latest book is Dreams of Africa in Alabama, the slave ship Clotilda, and the story of the last Africans brought to America. It's the story of the people who were on the last slave ship to the United States, and they arrived illegally in 1860 and lived enslaved in Alabama for 5 years. And the last one died in 1935, and so I retraced their story when they were in Africa and as they arrived here and their life until 1935.
Ms. Lucas, an experienced writer and journalist, speaks wisdom to the next generation.
I don't think there's a lot missing because we have such a collection from the past that's waiting. I think what's missing is for those of us who haven't to make a commitment to study, to read, to indulge ourselves on all the literature that is already in front of us, just waiting for us to pick it up, to own it, and to experience it. I think there's so much that's been created that nothing's missing except those of us who aren't connected to the literature and who don't really know about what's been given to us through James Baldwin, Zora Neale Hurston. I want you all to dig deep and really commit yourselves to studying Black literature so you know the greats that have come, so you all can be the next generation of greats to come.
In Newark, New Jersey, Leroy McClennan from ECC News.